And welcome back. We're going into video 2, which is going to be a video about exploring the interface. So we're going to get started. I'm going to go down here and open up After Effects, and it's going to load. But what we're going to really look at is, in this section of the video, is going to be what is inside After Effects and kind of how to navigate from the very beginning. Now, the very first screen that pops up is a warning dialog box, which is just reminding me that I do not have a GPU, so all the graphics for the processing is going to be required by the CPU, which is just reminding me that I need to upgrade my computer. But I could check this box if I wanted to. It says once per session. I could say never again, but I just have it remind me to say, hey, sometime you should maybe get a GPU. And you might see this screen, you might not, but just to let you know, it's okay to push OK, and which will bring us up to our welcome page. So with our welcome page, this is what you're going to see when you first get inside After Effects, and it's just kind of saying, okay, what do you want to go from here? So you can go to a recent project. If you've been working on something, you can go to a new composition, which is starting a new project. You can search for a project if it's not quite showing up and you know where it might be located within a disk file, on a hard drive or whatnot, and it has some different settings and whatnot. But we're just going to close this out. Going to start off, and we're going to look at this application of After Effects bare bone. Nothing is open, okay? And I'm actually sorry, I'm going to go up here and change the workspace environment, and I'll show you what I did in a little bit. But so this is After Effects, okay? And with this, we're going to look at the space and what it is divided into, and it's divided into panels, okay? And inside of each of your panels, you're going to find different tools and different controls. Okay, so when you're in After Effects, what's going to happen? So I'm going to go over here to this very first panel, which is our project panel. When you're in a panel, you're going to notice that it's highlighted. It has this ring around the outside, which is going to say, hey, you've got this panel selected. All right, and this is our project panel. And this is the first panel that we're going to look at, and there are going to be 3 of the panels that are the most important panels of all the panels that we're looking at and we're going to focus on. So we're looking at the project panel first off, and so this is where you're going to your files are going to be stored and organized, and I'm going to say that multiple times, that your organization is key to helping your workflow and also helping you when you graduate and go out into the field of understanding, okay, if I'm going to start working with other employees and different people on projects, if you stay organized, it's going to help your workflow and also sharing your files so other people can work on it. But this is where everything's going to be. You're going to store your files, you're going to create your compositions in here, video footage, sounds, graphics, text, all that, importing your files into this panel. So this is your library of information. So remember, key to stay organized. The next one is your timeline down here. So as you notice, as I click down in here, I've got it highlighted down here. So this entire area is your timeline panel. This is where you place your files and execute effects on your different layers. So we're going to think about the layers that are going to be stacked up here. We're going to look at in a little bit, and also so it doesn't just work vertically but also horizontally along your timeline, which we'll look at in a little bit. But understanding layers is very important in After Effects, and in most Adobe products they deal with layers, which is a really cool feature, I think, for being an editor. And the last panel we're going to look at is your third panel, which is your composition panel, and this is where you're going to view the footage that you're working on in your timeline. So these two are going to be synced together, but this is where you're going to see all of your effects, how it looks, and what's going on in your project. So this is kind of what you're looking at is in like a sequence. Your composition is going to show up in here. So overall, those are the 3 panels we're going to look at. So your project panel, your timeline panel, and your composition panel. We're going to really dive into those, understanding those panels, and we'll look at the other panels, but those are the 3 most important panels I want you to focus on during this chapter 1.